Sometimes life's problems can be too much. When you need a helping hand or a friend to talk to, Serena is there whenever or wherever you need her. Follow the link in the description for your free trial.
BF is mad I don't cook fast enough. I don't mind cooking, but he always wants me to cook quickly. If the food isn't ready in less than 30 minutes, he gets distraught. I usually put a timestamp just because I don't want him to complain. When it's not ready by then he'll come into the kitchen and complain and says, "Why isn't it ready the time you said it would be ready?" Or, "You're a liar. You said it would be ready at X minutes." He rarely cooks, but when he does, I never complain about time. Last night I had to clean the kitchen before cooking, and I wanted to make some baked goods, so it took longer. I told him, "If you complained once while I was cooking, then you get nothing." He said okay. As I was plating the food, he complained and said, "Wow, it only took you 4 hours later," so I decided to give him nothing. Unreasonable? Yikes. You see those flags, right? Good for you for standing up. Hope you stand up for yourself entirely. Stop cooking for him, you're just enabling his entitlement. If he gets hangry and wants to be stroppy about it, then he can make himself a sandwich. You would be unreasonable if you ever cook for him again. Little bitty boy doesn't understand how cooking food works. By providing him with it you are enabling his ignorance. You're his girlfriend, not his professional chef. If he can't handle waiting for his meals, then he can make his own, or he can move back in with his mommy and she can look after him, because she clearly raised him spoilt with no manners. How y'all date these guys? Open mouth smile rolling on the floor laughing tears of joy. Give him a bowl of cereal from now on. Then cook dinner for yourself. He was cheating up until the day before he proposed and I just found out. So I, 24 female, have been with my finance for the better half of 6 years. We started dating in the last year of 6th form, senior year, and we've been together ever since. He's always been so kind and affectionate. Gift giving, date night and so on and so forth. I can only remember one time where we had an argument and we got over it pretty quickly. He's the love of my life. A week ago I was added to a GC with 5 different women, all of them with proof of his affairs, and they added that they weren't the only ones. Some of it MSDE me physically sick. I know that it's wrong, but I went onto his personal email and he was getting monthly, sometimes even weekly STI and sexual health checks. He was always very adamant that we use the barrier method and never have unprotected sex, but I assumed it was because we both agreed we weren't ready for children. Apparently he cut ties with these 5 specific women within days before he proposed. I have been so off all week and he's noticed, buying me flowers and taking me out for dinner. Last night we watched a movie and he paused it halfway through to ask me what was wrong. I broke down in his arms, but I didn't have the courage to say anything. Do I bring it up and risk us splitting, or do I just accept that it's a thing of the past? I haven't told anyone yet. Everything is so perfect I don't want to ruin it. ETA. I've told my best friend, currently drinking wine and crying. Also by perfect I meant, our life prior to me knowing. FAQ. Girl, what's wrong with you? I have dangerously low self-esteem and have never been with another man in any way, not even kissing. I think I will say something, but whether or not we split will depend on how it goes. You risk you splitting up? Well, are you good with being disrespected for the rest of your life? Because that's what you're legally signing up for. Everything is so perfect? Is it? Do I bring it up and risk us splitting, or do I just accept that it's a thing of the past? I haven't told anyone yet. Excuse me, what? You're not even considering just leaving on your own after finding out this man is a serial cheater? And spoiler alert. If you stay, this is not going to be a thing of the past. If he's had endless affairs before marriage, a wedding ring certainly isn't going to magically cure the fact he's a greedy, philandering bastard. Husband won't work. 3 years after we had our first son, my husband quit his sales job without consulting with me. It is now 5 years later and we have 3 more kids. When he worked he made about the same as I did, and now because he doesn't work I have to work 2 jobs to make up for his salary. He does cook, but I do most of the cleaning, almost all of the dishes, and all of the laundry, and am stressed and depressed most of the time. When I bring it up to him he uses the excuse that he can't go to work and trust me to be alone with the kids and cause them to become depressed. But who wouldn't be depressed if they are forced to work all the time? I really am beginning to hate him, but am unsure what to do. I don't want my kids to have their life disrupted from a divorce, but sometimes I'm at loss of what to do. Background note. We've been together since senior year in high school, so this is 22 years later. In retrospect, I grew up with him, and when we were younger he had plans and aspirations that I thought would work. His parents also went through a divorce because his mom was the sole provider and his dad couldn't hold a job. She ended up working 7 days a week, never spent any time with the kids, was stressed out all the time, and during the period we met his parents were going through a divorce. Dad cheated on mom and left for his childhood sweetheart who was okay with him not working. His mom was distraught and he took care of him for a while. I never thought he would not work. He held a job for 3 years when we had our first, but quit that job 3 years later when we had our second. In the past 5 years on and off he's been taking lump sums from his mom, who felt guilty in giving him the burden of taking care of her during the divorce, but it seems as if she's run out of money as well. I keep trying to justify to myself, at least the kids have one parent home taking care of them. At least he plays with them. But truthfully, if he stuck with his old job, which was sales for a consulting firm, he would be making the same if not more salary as me. And I feel like I have 3 jobs as I hold my 2 outside jobs, working 6 days a week, 10-12 hours a day, manage all household appointments, play dates, doctor's appointments, bills, parent-teacher conferences, dishes, laundry, and cleaning. I think it would be a different story if I agreed to this, or there was even a discussion, but I feel as if the sole provider was pushed on me with the manipulation that he knows I care about the kids and would force myself to work rather than not be able to provide them with the necessities. You elected to have 3 kids, in addition to the one you already had, with a guy who is terminally unemployed. Why? Why did you have 3 more kids with someone who is so inconsiderate, unhelpful, and doesn't want to work? After he pulled that stunt with the first one, what made you keep going? Did you agree that he would be the house husband? Did you discuss the division of labor before having kids? Is his unhelpful behavior new? People may have different perspectives on this, but in my opinion your own happiness has to come first. Take the time to think about what that looks like for you, then start the process to make it happen. If your husband is a lost cause and won't join you for couples counseling or get a job to support his family, then separation is your only option. Consult an attorney. I, 31M, was cheated on by my girlfriend, 29F, 3 years ago, and I cannot stop thinking about it. TL, Drive. I was cheated on but forgave my GF. She is the only one I talk to about topics like this, and I don't want to always talk to her about it since it opens old wounds for both of us. I don't know how to continue. My girlfriend cheated on me nearly exactly 3 years ago. We worked through it and I honestly think I completely forgave her. The problem is that I still struggle with the thought of it and it hurts me greatly. I seem to be unable to let go of it. Unfortunately, my girlfriend is the only person I really can talk to about this topic, since most of our friends don't know it happened. We talked about it often in the beginning, and even though I still struggle with it, I stopped talking about it since I believe it also hurts her greatly when we talk about it. I really can't talk to anybody about this and it honestly overwhelms me. I know the most obvious solution would be to talk to somebody else, but I really don't know to whom I should talk about this. I love my girlfriend and don't hold any grudge against her, but I am afraid that maybe I will subconsciously start to despise her because I can't let go of these feelings. It sounds like you both rug swept the pain of her betrayal, and this is usually what happens. You've been slowly building more resentment and it will only continue to get worse, turning into anger then hate. What consequences did she face as a result of her betrayal, since no one else even seems to know about it, which was a poor choice? Since you so quickly forgave her cheating, and essentially admitted that you would stay with her no matter what, how are you absolutely sure that she didn't or is still not cheating again now? The most obvious solution would be to end the relationship and move on with your life with someone who doesn't make you feel awful every single day. You are wasting the prime years of your life with someone who is just a constant reminder of the hurt that they caused you, and you're still feeling the repercussions of it 3 years later. Time to cut bait and realize that this isn't the relationship for you.